Hi, my loves. It has been a while. It is officially a new fucking season. I am come back from 2 weeks of purging old identities, purging energies within my body and my cellular level structure that was based in fear, control, trying to control everything. Um, and I really understood where I was still disconnected from love, where I didn't trust God, higher power, where I didn't trust love to catch me, and where it was really expending my energy and leaking my energy in ways that, I couldn't go to where I wanted to go, to where my soul wanted to go moving forward, because I was spending so much time and energy trying to control everything. Which again, it's part of the human condition, but it definitely brought my awareness to it, which for those who've been on my channel for a while now and on my journey with me, my main thing is the one thing that keeps coming through in repetition from spirit is we have to become aware, consciously aware of our unconscious space to shift things. Now, I'm not saying that's the only way to do it, but if you notice triggers, help us understand what our shadows actually are, what we unconsciously feel and believe and are programmed that we consciously have no fucking idea we hold. And that bridge from from unconscious to conscious is that awareness. Now I could talk about this for fucking. I was literally saying this the other day. I was like, I have so much that has come through on my own journey that I've experienced with hundreds of women over the years. And I've understood that there are themes and patterns that we all go through as human beings. There are certain emotions, certain reflexes that we all, in some shape or form, have and use as a way to self-preserve and protect ourselves, all out of fear. And in the end, it all comes down to the level of fear. So the reason that I'm doing this specific video is because I want to share with you what I've learned. And it's a big one. It's a big one. And it's something, again, that we all deal with, that we have all dealt with. And I touched on it a little bit before about control. But if you aren't aware of it, it's like your normal life. It's just who you are. But it's not. If you feel the need to control everything, that's not your character. That's not who you are. Your natural state is trusting. Your natural state is tapped in and connected to love, trusting love. That's your natural essence and state. So when you struggle to trust, it's because you've had reason in your cellular memory to not trust. Now, whether that's this life, other soul memories you've experienced, ancestral memories and patterns that are passed down that you're going to break in this lifetime. But the good news is that your soul already knows what the fuck they're doing. You're not, again, another control aspect. You're not here to control your path. You're not here to control your healing path either. Coming back to who you really are, you don't have to control that either. It's a collaboration for sure. But again, it's not, which is something I need to definitely understand, is that it's not something you need to be in charge of and lead just in case God fails, or just in case the universe fucks up, or just in case love is actually not there for you. So it's like 90-10. It's like you eventually let go, you surrender, you let go and surrender. And it's just like, well, I'm just going to keep this little bit for me, just in case it fucks up, you know? And that's okay. That's normal in a space where you're used to being let down. It's not fucking easy. Okay, it's not. It's painful. Like the purge I went through was fucking the darkest time I've had in a long time, because it was forcing me to face my fear of being alone, but not in terms of just not physically alone, I mean internally alone. Like a loneliness that is hopeless, a hopelessness. I could cry. Because that feeling is so potent. Because that's the feeling that comes from when we are disconnected fully. When we're so disconnected from the love we actually are, we become our not self. And our not self is that hopelessness. Just got my lashes done too, Jesus. 1 minute. Try not to get them wet first 24 hours. But that feeling is so visceral, and we do so much to avoid feeling it. We numb ourselves, we drug ourselves, we distract ourselves from that very feeling. And you know what? It's okay. It makes sense. It's a tough fucking feeling. But once you face it, it's like shame. Once you bring it to the light, it has no power anymore. Because you recognize what's actually going on. Like there are a lot of things, I've been at my most fulfilled, my happiest, my most peaceful in my life, yes, but there was still this space within me I could feel that was hollow. And it was bothering me, and it was coming up in different ways, and I couldn't quite understand it consciously yet, which again, I didn't have to control it. It did its thing when it needed to do its thing. But you'll be able to put in hindsight so many different things together when you recognize, like, oh shit, that's what that feeling was. Oh shit, that's why I felt like this, or why I would do this, or and when you don't need it anymore, you're going to notice you naturally change your habits. You naturally change the way that you live your life, because you're going to gravitate to different things when you're not trying to do it or control it out of fear. Right? You're not trying to force things out of fear that it won't work. You're not trying to control things or the outcome of things because you don't think that you can have your wish fulfilled. Control is a big one. And the remedy that really came through was recognizing, when I was talking to my higher self, was recognizing that surrender isn't giving up, which we know. Surrender is not giving up. It's letting go and trusting that you don't have to be the one to get it done. And that's a big one. But it's really surrendering to what love really is. Now we can talk about it, we can intellectualize it, we can fucking do all the things, do a PhD on it. But the truth is it's an experience that until you experience it, you can't fully understand it. Because I knew about it. I have felt moments of it. And, over the years, I felt more and more. But not like this. And the experience of love that we are connecting to, that love is where our peace is where we feel safe to not have to do everything ourselves, where we're then exhausted because we're trying to control everything. It's fucking exhausting. Until you realize that there is this infinite well of love and safety that we get to access at any point, and it's part of our journey. That's really what we're coming home to, is that love. Like, again, we can intellectualize it, but ultimately that's what it is. And all the things that there's like an uprising of healers, and I'm talking about genuine people who are healing and helping others come back home to themselves. This is so important because you can have all the desires that you have literally checklisted, but your experience of those desires will not be the same, in my opinion. if you don't feel safe to enjoy them. That's been my experience. That's been the experience I've had with I've noticed with other people as well. Because if you don't feel safe to be you, if you don't feel safe to experience things, doesn't matter what you do, it's going to be a great experience. Sure, you'll have your dream, but it won't be what it could be. The experience of what it gets to be, that freedom that you're really looking for, is in that love. And I'm going to talk a lot more about it as the time goes, because I have to say, like, all the times I was afraid to express my magic. You know, light language is fucking weird to humans. Like, it's weird because it's weird for the ear, it's weird to understand, but when you, again, it's an experience. Same with sound healing. If I'm telling you that my voice, it's not my voice can shift your frequency, that's what's happening, but it's not logical. It's an experience. And I used to be so afraid to share these things. It says 11:11. I used to be so afraid to share these things to those who have never experienced something like this, because of being, you know, mocked and told to, you know, find Jesus, which, by the way, love Yeshua, not the point though. But all from fear. And I used to get so reactive until I realized, until this experience, it's because love is the ultimate experience, and we experience it in different ways. And there's no one way of experiencing it either. But I truly believe that that is the point, is experiencing that love in this body, experiencing it through all these different things, different ways we can experience love, and enjoying it in different capacities. It doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be a struggle, because we get to lean on something so much bigger. And it's not based in fear at all. It's not based in blind faith either, in terms of, which again, this is my experience, but having grown up in a religious background, having faith the way I understood it as a kid, which is what needs to be really, which is normal. You're going to interpret it differently, you're going to receive it differently, right? But growing up, the way I saw blind faith was, you have to believe in something you can't see, that everything is going to work out, and suffering is a good sign, because that means that when you suffer, you're going to get through it by having faith. Now, that's not necessarily what it meant, but what I understood and took on was that you have to suffer to experience this faith throughout your entire life. And again, that was my interpretation. It was clearly not right. But therefore, I struggled to have any kind of faith for a long time, until my spiritual awakening, until I realized, oh shit, that's not true. That's not real. I get to actually experience my full self without being attacked for it. I get to explore my gifts that God gave me. I get to help people with it. I get to channel for people. I get to help people remember who they really are. Oh shit. Which again has been one hell and heaven of a journey. And I'm so grateful that I get to do this work every fucking day. But the true understanding of the love underneath all the shit that we've had to be, to protect ourselves, to avoid pain, to avoid our loneliness, to avoid our hopelessness. The love underneath all of that is really why we do this work, why we remember ourselves. And there's no one way of doing it. You don't have to do energy healing to do that. But I do believe it's the point of being here, for sure. But that's mine. That's what I've experienced. And that's also why I've had a lot of inspiration as to how I want to continue to help people and support you on your journey. So I'm creating a little toolkit for mental, emotional, and energetic well-being that you can use at any time, whenever you need. They're gonna have little practices, gonna have information and understanding. It's gonna have practices, gonna have a few tools. It's a mini toolkit, but I feel like that's a beautiful stepping stone to the deeper work that we do in my membership, my monthly membership, and in what will be the Code Experience series, which is the biggest course. And that's going to be light language. That's going to be like, I mean, this light code frequencies is coded, and it's the deepest container, the deepest space. And it has its own timeline. But of course, sign up to my mailing list or comment below if you want to know more information about any of these things. For those that don't know, my monthly membership is literally 2 live calls a month where we dive into different forms of alchemy with spirit, spirit-led, and we hold the space to channel energy healing for whatever needs to come through for all of those who are in the membership twice a month. And you get access to a sisterhood chat, and you get access to different tools in the membership as well that continues to accumulate as time goes on. And it is $111 a month, which is like less than $4 a day for a really powerful fucking space. That will probably change soon as well, but it is a space I love so much. There's so much divine energy and magic in there. So I'm excited for our calls every month. And then if you need one-to-one support, do not hesitate to email me. And all the info's in the little bio thing. Okay. More videos to come, and yeah, see you later.